Certainly the game of the weekend, maybe the game of the year, the battle of the unbeatens as we get underway. This will be taken about the 12. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Now Wilson. Dancing to his left. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
He's not going to get me.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Play action. Now Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, first down.
Yeah, and I'll guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
Run for Pollard. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the 46-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Get off the field.
Here's Pollard. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
There you go. Right there, 54 Mike. You better be afraid of me.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
On second down, it's Pollard. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Hey, kill. 47. Mike 57.
To throw is Prescott. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. On first down, Pollard. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
There we go, 37's the Mike. Mike 37. There we go, 47. There we go, 37's the Mike. Mike 36.
From the 16, Prescott. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant. Hey, kill. 57's right. I got him. 26.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
And if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down, now they lose it.
At the 21-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He's got his man, that's Josh Gordon. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for Seattle. 53 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Wilson leaves this one with Penning. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another first down run right there.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And now it's blocked. And the Cowboys pick it up. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go, D. Out, 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 out.
They'll run with Pollard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now Pollard. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
57. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. "57's the mic. 57's the mic. I got you. I got you, son. I got you, son." We're going to 54. Why?
On third down, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Check. Fresno. Check. Mike.
Wilson. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Josh Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
I got you. And we go 47. 37. Dan. And we go 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Hey, let's get off the field, D. We're going to 54. Why ain't? We got double up. 26.
Prescott from the gun. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Mike 54.
Penny, a 1st down carry. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Rashad Penny, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Watch the slant. Zebra. Four down. Tempo.
From the shotgun, Wilson being chased out left. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
There's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Watch left, watch left. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Back, back, back. Then we're going to 53. Switch it, hey. Then we're going to 53. 37 is the Mike 37. 6 man. 26.
Prescott. And he's going to go down again. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Going to 54. Going to 54. Line. Go. Get out there. And we're going 37 is the Mike 37. 47. And we're going 37 is the Mike 37. Here we go. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Check 43. Watch twist. Watch touch 50. Touch 50.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit. And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check tight. Check tight. Check 52.
We're going to 54. Why ain't?
Throwing. Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that is incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And from their own end zone, it's a fake, but he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Check 50.
Alert, 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 alert.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Mike. Mike 5. Yo. Yo. Shoot.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This time, the extra point up and good, and the route is on here in this first half.
30. Cowboys, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that.
It's caught inside the 25. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
Check the backer.
Hey, kill. 47.
Let's go.
Prescott now. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Sack, baby. Sack.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Check 99. Check 99. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, 79 yards. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll run it again with Penny. Dances by him. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. He will have a first down here at about the 40. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Now Wilson on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
57. 3 buzz.
Here's Pollard again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
1st and 10.
They'll run on 1st down. Pollard, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 40-yard line.
Mike 37. I got it. There we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37. You ain't going nowhere. There we go. 37's the Mike.
On 2nd and 9. Prescott trying to lay one up. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They begin with a run by Penny. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Penny. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down.
Let's go.
Check 37. Check 37.
Play action. It's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Three down.
On 1st down, Pollard. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
3 out. 54. 1
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Pollard going to try the right side. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9.
Here go 46. 57. Mike, 57. They gonna need some therapy after this.
Prescott to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Prescott. And this is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
A gain there of 21 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 47 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. As his guys, and he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 hit?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking to throw. Prescott looking deep in the direction of... And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now Rashad Penny. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down, here's Penny. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
He'll run it, and he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Check, watch 54, watch. Check 50, check 50. Left hash. We want it. Come to me. Right left. Check safety. Right there, 54, right there. I'll go special.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson buying time to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And now the rookie's free. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10. They're good enough for a Cowboy first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
54. You run. Shoot. Here we go, 46.
Mike's by four.
26.
Here's Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big play for the Cowboys on third. 54 yards.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here we go, 20. Check. 26.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Hustle. Let's get some penetration. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Push him back. Push him right there.
On second and goal, Prescott. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 50, the 30. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Now Myers for the extra point. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. There he goes, right side. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on two more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at the 40.
Kill.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Mike 54. Okay, double up. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.